Finally, we're at the end of the Earth arc in Amphibia, and thank God. It's awful. This episode sucks. It is terrible. So much incredibly stupid things happen. I know they have to make it silly and dumb, but when it's happening on Earth where there's like rules and stuff, it just makes it more dumb than it has to be. When silly, crazy things happen in Amphibia, you have the guise of a fantasy world where crazy things can happen. But this is on Earth where there's like rules and laws and all of it gets thrown out the window for it just to be like a really silly episode. But escaped Amphibia. We open up an FBI office, and I guess the head FBI guy is talking to Mr. X about what's this, these aliens. Have you caught them? And she's like being very, I don't want to say, just dismissive and really crappy with their boss, apparently. But they're like, okay, whatever. What do you need to capture these aliens? They make a big list of stupid things like kombucha and a bunch of others, just incredibly stupid things. But they're like, oh, this is making it big time now. I can requisition a bunch of like equipment and soldiers and stuff. We get back to the family, and they're building the portal. So they got all the human characters that we've met on Earth so far, and they're all coming back to help. Uh, Hot Pop's obsessed with avocados. Remember avocado toast? Then we get Terry. She's adorable. I love her. And she figured out that it's music. That's why the music box, it plays a certain melody, and that's what opens up the different gates. Because I guess there's going to be all kinds of multiverses and parallel dimensions, all this stuff. And the way you navigate that is through music notes. So that's why the music box plays a certain thing that takes you to Amphibia. How did it end up on Earth? I don't know. Do we ever get that answer? Who knows? But she's like, oh, does anyone remember what they heard when going through the portal? And they all start like humming a tune. And then the very first thing that Anne hums happens to be like the right thing. I don't know. There should have been some, I don't know, back and forth, some trial and error. No, the very first thing she just hums, and she's not even 100% sure, is the correct one out of the infinite number of parallel universes. My God, it's so stupid. They're only able to open up a tiny little portal, and we see one of the big giant like praying mantis thingies. So that's Amphibia. Its arm gets chopped off, which is kind of gruesome. But they're like, whoa, the portal's so small, we can't even fit through that. Like, oh, we need a lot more power. So they need like a certain kind of generator and a bunch of other stuff. And know how like Mr. X named off a bunch of crap that they don't really actually need. They just want to like show off. So Terry, in a rare, can't believe she's being this way, just names off a bunch of stupid stuff. And then like yogurt pretzels. She's like, oh yeah, I need a bunch of yogurt pretzels. So she's going to use Anne's family to get herself a bunch of yogurt pretzels. Why? Like, okay, I'm helping these aliens get back to the planet, but let me screw this family out of like $80 so I can get some snacks. So they go to Costco, which Shopco or something. They go to Costco, and it's like a big, riff on Costco. The dad's a moron, so he's going around like playing with stuff, and then Anne's playing with him, and they have like a whole lightsaber battle. And of course, Anne's really good with swords now, so she like beats her dad's butt, and then they're just having fun. The employees are like, hey, you can't play with the toys, and they take off. And then Sprig is, playing around, messing with things too. Because that's what you do at Costco, is just screw around with everything. First of all, this can't be actually Costco because it'd be so incredibly packed that you'd want to just never go there. I'm lucky enough to have a Costco near me that's relatively not busy, but there's other ones that I've been to where it's just like gridlock traffic of grocery carts. Anyways, Anne's getting a little sad because she's like, oh, wait, if I go back to Amphibia, I have to leave my family again. So she's getting a little upset about that, talks to Sprig about it. And then Sprig's like, oh, we don't have to go back right away. Like, we can spend another night, talk to your parents and, get ready to, tell goodbye and everything. I'm like, oh, okay, Sprig's being the mature one here. Hot Pop has a bunch of avocados. And apparently, Polly put Frobo like on an RC car, so now he can like drive around with just like RC wheels. Okay. She bought a bunch of DVDs, like rated R DVDs, like action movies. But they got everything they needed, like the generator, all that stuff. They packed it into the car. But the whole time they were on camera, the FBI was able to pinpoint them. They get captured. They try to fight back, but I mean, these are like a bunch of FBI dudes. So they all get caught. They leave the humans behind, which is ridiculous. So Mr. X like, oh, just leave them behind. We don't need them anymore. What? They would all be arrested or at least questioned. So they let the humans go, the Ant's family go. They start another car chase. Is it just me, or was there a lot of car chases on these Earth episodes? Like, what's the point? Like, this gotta at least be 4 different car chases. And there's that same kind of like weird animation where it's like almost 3D, but it's not. So they're chasing after the FBI people. And of course, the mom's cool because she drives super fast and the dad's a dork. They get to their secret base that's within minutes of this Costco in downtown LA. Okay, where is this? Did they drive a couple of hours into the desert? It seems like they took two turns, and all of a sudden they're in this like outdoor deserty area that has a whole like military compound. What in the world? And it's like, wait a minute, we can use all of our friends. Let's call up our friends and come up with a plan. Mr. X is questioning all the planters. Hijinks ensue because they're just like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know what you want to know. Mr. X is a moron. Doesn't know like how to even talk to people. He's just not Mr. X isn't human. So we get back to the team. She's trying to talk everyone into like helping out. So we get to see everybody, even that Gwen Stacy lookalike girl, the people from the parade float and all that stuff. So they're all there. And she talks them all into breaking federal law and risking federal prison. Even that little actor guy. And they just agree to do this. So they got the plan to sneak in, and they like go through like, oh, we're gonna do this, but we're gonna pretend we caught another alien. Then we're gonna make some fake IDs. We're gonna hack the system, a bunch of stupid crap. They're all wearing black suits, which is super nice. I do think they look really cool in their little black suits. And look at Terry. She's adorable. They're running through the facility. Terry and the library lady or museum lady. It's like, oh, look at that generator. We can totally use that. We're going to steal it. Because that's what you do. Just go into a secret facility and it just steal a ginormous generator. So they plan to go do that. They break in to find out where the planners are going to be, but they get caught by Mr. X. Mr. X captures everybody. She's making fun of Van for being a little kid. And you're not going to be able to do anything. Oh, you need your mommy and daddy. So she gets really sad about having to leave her mom and dad again. But the parents kind of give her a pep talk saying, you've done so much. We're so proud of you. You've accomplished so much in your life, blah, 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 blah. Then they're like, oh, we got to break out of here. They stole the generator. Terry and the other lady stole the generator. Somehow they lifted this thing that's got to weigh like, what, at least 1,000 pounds? Somehow they lifted it up and put it on a hand truck, and they're just moving it. Yeah, because you could totally do that on a hand truck, not even a pallet jack or anything. It's just like a regular cart. But since it shut down all the electricity, all the gates open, so they're able to kind of break out. Ann's dad bought one of those lightsabers from the Costco and gives it to Anne. So it's like a plastic lightsaber. Even if it was like a Master's replica, which is I have one of those. I got a Anakin one and a Luke Skywalker one. And they're cool looking. But even if I hit someone as hard as I could with it, it would break. And it wouldn't like knock them out. So it gives it to Anne, and they just recreate the hallway scene from Rogue One. She like beats the crap out of all these dudes, and the guy tries to like give up, and of course she beats the crap out of him. They get through it. It's a funny little scene, but it's just like, okay, Star Wars reference. They're gonna go save the planners. They're running out there. Everyone's a buffoon that's an adult. Fobro comes out, shoots like goop and stuff all over his, I guess he like throws up oil. He can like shoot DVDs out of his mouth because why not? More silliness happens. They steal an FBI truck. Everyone jumps in. They're going to drive off. But of course they're being tracked. You're in a freaking FBI vehicle. They like try to stop them, but they just drive right through the fence. Here's what this joke doesn't make, that is not funny. They just drove the FBI truck through a brick wall, like whatever this building's made out of. It just drove right through it. They didn't even slow it down. Then they like close the gate, but it's not even closing the gate. It's just that little like barrier arm that comes down, and they break right through it. Well, we just saw it go through a wall. So even if this was a chain link fence that's shut, they would be able to drive right through the chain link fence. Anyways, so they're driving, but I guess they're going to give chase. They cause a bunch of the bad guys, I'm going to say bad guys, FBI cars to crash. She kills all those people. So well, hooray for the good guys, right? Murders all these people, so they're dead. But they make some stupid little comment about like, oh, they have their seatbelts on. They're dead. Mr. X has like magnetic boots and is able to like jump across to like jump onto their car, but she puts a tracker on them, so they're able to trace them. You know, they would probably just use a helicopter to trace them, or why wouldn't these FBI vehicles already have tracers on them because they're government property? Anyways, they hook up the new generator. They're going to open up the portal, but it's not opening it very much. It's still just like a little dot. Like no one could fit through this. And Terry's even like, hey, that's the strongest generator we're able to get our hands on. And we would need like 100 times the power. Like it would be impossible. We need like a nuclear reactor to make this thing work. So like, oh, damn, we're screwed. FBI agents come in. No one has guns. They just have like batons. And of course, they're talking, Mr. X talking crap to Anne. Then Anne like powers up into her super mode. And I totally forgot she could do this. So she has like her Super Saiyan mode. And that energy coming off of her like got into the portal. So it allowed the portal to open up real big. And this is another thing that makes no sense. They're standing in front of the portal. The portal's there. They don't jump through the portal. They coax out that big praying mantis thing to fight the bad guys to make a distraction to jump through the portal. Why don't they just jump through the portal? They're standing right there. Just jump through it, kill your powers, and then fight this mantis thing. Anne has fought these kinds of things with the tennis racket. So it wouldn't even be that big of a deal for her to fight this. So it wasn't like this is an enemy they cannot defeat and they're going to use the FBI guys to fight back. No, they just, it just doesn't make any sense. So this big praying mantis comes out, the FBI guys start to fight it. They sneak into the portal shuts down. So now they captured this thing. So that'd be kind of a cool thing to bring back. Look at this big giant praying mantis. They get in the parents' face and they're like, oh, you got a lot of explaining to do. So the parents are like, yeah, we'll tell you all about it. They'd be in federal prison. Anne wakes up on the other side. They made it back to Amphibia. They look over the landscape. Everything's been destroyed. Everything looks like a war zone. So thank God we're back on Amphibia. I never want to see Earth ever again. This Earth is horrible. I guess I would want to see Terry, but nobody else. Everyone else on Earth is awful. Terry's awesome. But yeah, thank God. Hopefully we get back to Amphibia episodes with fun stories, with good character progressions and story plot elements, and not just silly stupid Star Wars references and things like that. Like I don't know, but thank God we're back in Amphibia and we're gonna have a lot of fun. And I'm almost at the end of the series. I definitely want to knock this out as quickly as I possibly can. I'm awful at knocking things out quickly, but I'm really gonna try this time. I promise. But thanks for watching, guys. Comments are great. Yeah, I got my faithful that comment on every video. Thank you guys so very much for that. And spreading the videos around, it always does it helps me and it keeps me motivated. So thank you guys. Catch you on the next one. Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting on the video really helps out a lot. It gets the video spread around more people get to see the videos, and we get to make more videos for you guys. So thank you, and we appreciate every single one of you guys.